Hello. We are back once again with the Featherbent, Arc 1, Chapter 2, and this is the third episode of this single chapter. We are finishing this now.
Excuse me?
I don't remember this.
I've been waiting for you to wake up for a few hours now. It's kind of important that I talk to you.
Huh?
Hello?
Tavos?
Wait, ow!
Ooh. Here we go.
Did you just throw a muffin at my head?
Oh, that's great. That's brilliant.
Sorry. You were breathing, but you weren't responding, so I thought you might have been in a coma.
Oh my god. Pessimist.
Did you test out that theory by throwing a muffin at my head?
John's kind of pissed.
Well, it worked, didn't it?
Well, you can't argue with that.
Who are you?
An excellent question.
Tavos Nitram, captain of the floor patrol. I'm in charge of searching for people down here who don't know about our community. Like you, Mr.
Call me John.
John. Alright, yeah. I've never seen you before. I didn't know JohnKat had a
What?
This conversation's making me uncomfortable. Let's pretend I didn't bring that up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Let's see. What are we gonna do? Alright, his wings are clipped, I know that. The floor patrol is just to Tavos. So ask him how he knows JohnKat. I pretty much just answered both of these. So.
How do you know JohnKat?
Well, I'm part of the patrol, which means I walk around a lot to scout. And I kind of found him by accident during my routine rounds. He spends almost all of his time ignoring me, though.
I wonder why.
Almost.
Almost. I've been visiting him on and off for several months, trying to get him to join our community instead of, isolating himself way out here. But he never spoke to me. At least not until a few weeks ago.
Well, I would want to be isolated myself.
I'll never forget what he said.
Fuck you.
My name is JohnKat Vantas.
No, John isn't supposed to know the last name!
If you have a modicum sense of self-preservation, you will run north. You will run north until your legs give out and you sleep where you fall. And you will keep doing this until the sweep is over.
Wait a second. That could mean so many things right there.
If you're still alive by then, come find me. It was very poetic. Actually, I had the feeling he rehearsed that.
I'm pretty sure he did.
I thought over what he said for a while, and I came back today to ask him about it. But I guess he isn't here.
No, not right now. He's grave digging.
That is really freaking creepy.
Yeah, it is. But it's also awesome.
I wonder why he said north.
Yeah.
Well, if you were to run, north makes the most sense, since the Imperial Guards' headquarters is in the west, and the further south you go, the more predators there are.
What about east?
And the east?
The east is nothing but tea leaves. Everyone knows that.
So Uncle Iroh would be perfectly at home there. So I have to go through all of these.
What's the floor patrol?
It's a group that acts on behalf of the main community, to find more members like the people abandoned down here so they don't think they're alone.
Yeah, but you guys were abandoned down there.
Actually, it seems heroic, but it's not as impressive as it sounds. I'm the only member of the floor patrol, and it's kind of a boring job.
See, I told you. I told you he's the only one!
How long have you been down here?
John opens his mouth to explain he was just a visitor, but immediately decides against it, not wanting to risk further compromise, risk pathways and secrecy. If Tavos let his existence slip to the rest of his group, it could spell out disaster.
A day or two. Pretty new around these parts. I don't even remember how I got down here. Wouldn't you know it? Complete amnesia.
Would someone with amnesia remember they had amnesia?
Who are you again?
Oh, Tavos. Tavos Nitron. I'm sorry to be the one telling you, but no one comes down here because they want to, since the forest floor is where people are exiled.
Well, apparently John likes going to the exiled places.
People like criminals?
Oh no, nothing like that.
Just useless members of society.
If you commit a crime, you just have to pay penance, or perform services for the royalty and the emergent to make up for it. If the crime's really bad, they'll just, you know...
hang you from a noose?
The floor's where they put people... well... people like you and me, I guess. The old, the sick, the injured. You're probably here because of your obvious mental shortcomings.
Oh.
What?
Most people who get relocated here can't fly, but those who can get their wings clipped before they're taken. Anyone who can't fly is floored. It's an awful pun to base lives off of, but the Grand Hybrid's sense of humor is questionable, at best.
Yeah.
Who's the Grand Hybrid? What?
Oh right, you're a perch. You wouldn't know much about hunter government. The Grand Hybrid is the Emperor of the Strata. He has been ever since the Purple Coup a few years ago, when he overthrew Empress Paces for the throne. With the Emperor's reputation for instability, I thought a lot of things would change under his rule. But aside from this new decree of outcasting the unworthy, nothing's changed. Nothing at all. And I always found it weird.
Yeah.
The decree itself must be recent too, since no one I've met down here has been here longer than 7 or 8 months. Myself included.
JohnKat told me he's been here for years.
Years? I don't know how he's managed for so long. Resources are hard to come by, not to mention all the predators lurking around.
Why is JohnKat down here anyway?
No offense, but have you looked at the guy? Hunters don't have red feathers. He doesn't fit in with the caste system. He's here because he's a... because he's a mutant.
Stop being a racist dick, like an X-Men.
I think it might be why he doesn't want to associate himself with the rest of us. He's embarrassed, which is a shame since we're preparing for the sweep and an extra set of hands would be helpful.
But why do you guys celebrate the sweep? Aren't the people responsible for creating the holiday the same ones who sent you down here?
He has a point.
That doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
The sweep is about being together, celebrating what you've earned and what you've survived, and that you will survive as long as you're able.
Mm-hmm.
Where better to celebrate than here?
But this is such bullshit. Royalty or not, they can't just throw you or us down here like trash. Don't you have any family or friends who will fight for you?
No one will fight against the Grand Hybrid.
Nah, people like us, we don't normally have very many friends. I don't even have many friends down here.
I can relate to that.
Well, except Dante.
Who the fuck is Dante?
Dante?
He's my pet, but I guess pet's not the right word exactly. He doesn't live with me, and I don't feed him, and he comes and goes as he pleases. But I feel this kinship with him, you know?
Don't tell me he's a freaking snake.
Can't say that I do.
Wow, does amnesia make you really boring? Because that's what you are.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, dude, I'm not the one making kinships with animals. Is that even legal?
Sure, why the hell not?
What? Oh gosh!
Bestiality for the win.
You are a horrible person, and you should feel horrible about what you just said. I don't want to recruit you as part of our community anymore. I'm gonna go now, before I get any more uncomfortable.
May the sweep bring you to such great heights.
Oh, you're a prick.
Don't look down. Oh, my muse.
John, you're a dick. Tavos follows on the horse until he's unsettled. It's only then John realizes that JohnKat's show and the basket of muffins were gone. Apparently, JohnKat left him some wine for breakfast. Fortunately, it was the one Tavos assaulted him with not 15 minutes ago. Where had JohnKat gone anyway? John makes a few mental notes. If JohnKat had, in fact, impaled the remainder of the muffins, he no longer has any food. decides it couldn't hurt to bring down food supplies for home when he was young.
John didn't expect Vriska to still be at his nest when he returned the following morning.
Okay, and this is where we left off with Vriska's story.
Vriska? What are you doing in my nest while I'm not here?
I was in the neighborhood. Thought I'd say hello.
How long have you been waiting?
Oh, I don't know. 6 or 7 hours?
And that is where we left off last time. Now we continue. Complete this.
Sorry about that. I was hanging out with a friend. It got late.
Yeah,
I spent the night. You know how it is.
No big deal. Hey, I was thinking we should do something today. Like, take a day trip into the marketplace. I need to get a CD player, and you need to find an article of clothing that isn't blue.
What's wrong with blue? It's like me and black. I always wear black. John just wears blue all the time. No difference.
My boots aren't blue.
Speaking of the boots, I want those boots.
See, already off to a great start. Let's go.
Sorry, Vriska. I can't today. I've got plans.
With your new friend?
Yeah.
All right. Do I know this person you're suddenly spending all this time with?
Vriska is concerned. Look at her face.
Why does it matter?
You know me. Gotta make sure you're not getting mixed up with the wrong crowd.
Well, you've been making sure of that for the past few years. I think I've developed a pretty good sense of what's right and wrong by now.
True. Making his way across the room, John gathers up the largest satchel he owns. And he begins walking around the perimeter of his nest, packing away scattered bits of supplies and food.
You don't know this place like I do, John. This person you've met could spell trouble for you. Trouble you don't realize you've gotten into until it's too late.
Yeah, like you got eaten by a snake.
Then it's my risk to take, don't you think?
Of course, John is the voice of reason.
No, actually, that's really stupid. Why are you being so secretive?
Why are you so interested?
Bumpy relationship.
Because you've been acting weird lately. You've been all hush-hush about who you're hanging around with. You spent your first night away from home and refused to tell anyone where you were or who you were with?
Well, honestly, you are the only person who asked.
How did you know it was my first night away from home?
Because she stalks you.
You basically just admitted it to me.
Shit. Look, this is my business, not yours. You don't have to keep worrying about me all the time.
Man, can't you get it through your thick skull? Your safety is my business. This person is obviously a horrible influence on you. You should stop wasting your time with them.
John angrily shoves a box of cookies into his bag. How do you shove a box of cookies angrily into your bag? I want to see this done. Because you can't just shove cookies angrily into a bag like you can anything else. You want to be careful with your cookies. You don't want to break them.
He isn't a waste of my time! And to be honest, I think you're less worried over me and more worried over what I might find out about you.
What?
Look me in the eyes and tell me you haven't been hiding things from me.
Yeah.
Well, excuse me for not divulging my whole life story to you.
Okay, I have to count the U's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8! Correct.
So, you found someone who will reveal all my dirty little secrets. Is that it? Is that the reason why you find him so fascinating? Because he can tell you all about what a ruthless, horrible bitch I am?
Ew.
If that's all you wanted, you could have just put on some tea and let me talk about myself for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Vriska, I'm not stupid. Knowing about you and hunter culture in general, I always thought you were capable of some pretty horrible things.
I'll take that as a compliment.
The point is, I can understand that. It's not just the truth about you that you've been keeping to yourself. It's the truth about everything.
True. Vriska probably knows a shit ton of what's going on.
Something big is going on in the strata. You know it. So why can't you just let me in on it instead of treating me like a kid? Do you think I can't handle it or something?
Because Vriska is the mother character to you, John. She also wants to fuck you. So, there's that.
John, listen. It's not relevant. It doesn't concern you. Information is power. I'm not going to put you in danger telling you things you don't have to know.
Then don't get upset at me for wanting to find stuff out for myself. This person I met, he's my friend, and I'm going to get to the bottom of all of this, with or without your help.
Yeah, you're going to go back down to the forest. There's no place lower than that.
But I'm your friend too, aren't I?
Maybe.
Why can't you listen to me when I say this isn't something you should be messing with?
Because you've always been telling him what's right and what's wrong for the past 5 years?
How come you won't tell me why?
Because this is bigger than just you and me. And the less you know, the safer you are.
It's not your job to keep me safe.
It's not my job to willingly endanger you. You're welcome, by the way, ungrateful asshole.
You see, how this conversation is going is how I feel conversations with one of my friends goes. We haven't seen each other in a while. Jean zips up his satchel with a swift, harsh movement.
Going off to find your oh-so-amazing friend again?
Oh, so amazing friend.
Try not to get killed without me.
So you would like it if he were to get killed with you instead. Jean's fists blowing around the strap of his bag.
I don't want you here when I get back.
Don't worry. I won't be.
Never sorry. Jean rushes out without another word.
What little sunlight breaks through that the floor is muddled. The level of dimness so early on in the day is telltale of an overcast sky.
This is such a long chapter. I seriously hope chapter 3 isn't this long.
Rain is on its way. John regrets not remembering to pack a towel.
When Jean arrives at the clearing, he finds KarKat facing away from him, sitting next to the missing basket from earlier that day. KarKat's shovel stands in the dirt nearby. The basket appears to be filled with something other than muffins.
KarKat?
KarKat turns around.
Egbert, I didn't think you were coming back. I took your basket and picked some berries while I was gone. They're not much, but I thought I should try paying you back for the food. They're not poisonous. I'm not trying to kill you, I promise.
Oh, that's great. Thanks.
Awkward conversations.
What's wrong?
I was planning on leaving after bringing you some supplies, honest. I know we just met, and I don't want to impose, but do you think I could spend the night down here again? I don't think I could go home today.
Poor JohnKat. KarKat stares at him for the next few moments, whatever. He then nods softly.
Sure. Whatever you're going through up there can wait until morning.
Thanks.
Jean takes a seat next to KarKat. Jean reaches the hand in the basket and begins munching on berries in silence. KarKat follows suit, but widens his movement so their hands don't accidentally touch.
Hey, KarKat?
Yeah?
Why didn't you tell me the real reason you're down here?
You've talked to Tavos.
Yeah.
I never told you because you never asked.
Why was he...
I'm asking now.
They both go quiet. The basket supply of berries dwindles as they continue picking up the stash, staring ahead with their legs squatted, eating in silence. KarKat loses track of his careful movements and brushes his fingers against the back of John's hand.
Follow me.
Okay, we're getting to the end of this episode, because I remember this being the end of the chapter. KarKat grabs his shovel from the basket and walks off to the brush. John leaves the basket behind him. The day shower begins before they arrive. It's nearly a full hour's walk, but eventually through the thick woods and trees, KarKat leads John to another clearing on the floor, significantly more spacious than the first. The shape lies in the center, but John can't quite make out what it is from afar. The colors of the bark and leaves are different. Something about the smell of the place makes the hair on the back of John's neck stand on end. The feeling of the grass is broken by equally spaced leaves of rectangles, patches of dirt. As they approach the center of the video, John recognizes the form on the ground as a body of some unknown hunter, blind cast, dead.
Oh, Lord!
Show some fucking respect, will you? Only a fraction of the bodies make it all the way down here. The understory brush is too thick. Do you know where we are right now?
John shakes his head.
These are the killing grounds.
It's not until KarKat approaches the body that John realizes Shell again right next to him. John looks at the corpse with his feet smoking, blood dripped to his face, since the weight of sweat tickles the sides of his neck. His hands start to tremble. He suddenly feels like attached to the ground, as if he were in a dream, but he just relaxed him. He doesn't know whether to vomit or to pass out.
John, stay with me.
John swallows whatever it is at the back of his throat and nods.
We used to be best friends, Terezi and I. When we were young, we were nobodies.
John's attention is drawn to the body. KarKat places a foot at the head of the shovel and starts digging. Punctuating his words with the tossing dirt mounds onto his side.
My guardian died in a freak accident. She lost hers when she was much younger. So we learned things together. Things our guardians would have taught us if they were around. We promised, once we got older and our flight feathers grew in, we were going to help each other fly. We had a plan. Work hard, break into the ranks, become somebodies. She loved law. The history, the technicalities, the procedures, everything about it. And she was good at it too. So she studied. Fixated on the idea of becoming the most infamous legislacerator in the history of the strata. And I trained. All I wanted to do was get into a decent Thressecutioner flay squad. Anything to get out of where we were. Shitty understory hollows because we weren't old enough or strong enough to defend our own canopy nests. We were going to get out. We were going to become somebodies together. But then we turned 13. And our flight feathers came in. Hers were teal. Teal is a good cast for her. Not too high, but high enough to get places with some elbow grease and ambition. She had both in spades. But mine were red. Bright fucking red. Completely off spectrum. Hunter society isn't exactly kind to people who are different. I wouldn't be able to go anywhere without being harassed. I could be beaten, exiled, even killed for fuck's sake, and Estrada wouldn't bat an eyelash. I tried keeping it from her as long as I could, telling her that I didn't know what was wrong, that I must have been a late bloomer or something. I tore them out. One by one, I tore them out as long as I fucking could. I still do it. I can't stand the fucking sight of them. I was 13 when I discovered I was a mutant, and that my entire life would be in the shitter because of it. I decided I couldn't stay. I couldn't keep it a secret forever. I had to leave her behind. The night I planned to run away, she found me. Wrapped up in bloody sheets, surrounded by the feathers I'd ripped out, and she did something I didn't want to think she was capable of. She turned me in, to get her loyalties noticed by the legal council.
What? What do you mean she turned you in? I thought you guys were friends.
She thought she was doing me a favor. Instead of letting me be murdered someday by some discriminatory asshole, she took my case all the way up to the emergent. I didn't know this at first, but Empress Pacey's has this weird fucking fetish for the underprivileged. The old, the sick, the injured, locked away in these fancy castle rooms with bars on the windows and doors. Her own personal fucking zoo.
To protect you, for your own good.
How long were you kept there?
3 months. It wasn't so bad. A big castle corridor, 3 square meals a day, psychotic empress poking through your steel bars once every couple of weeks to make sure you had everything you needed. You were more of a pet than a prisoner. It was degrading as fuck, but compared to life down here...
What happened after those 3 months?
A coup. I just remember sounds of battle and explosions. Things went quiet for a while. No food, no water, no word. A few days later, the Imperial Guards removed everyone from the Empress's private misfit gallery. The last thing I remember is passing by the throne room. A purple wing sat where Feferi used to be. He had this look in his eyes that made you wonder just how many people he's killed. And this grin that made you realize he's probably lost count. I remember these tattoos he had across his face, like scars. They just glowed. He had a massive headdress, feathers of all colors, but there was only one fuchsia, right in the middle of it. The guards marched me and the others down to the forest floor. I never saw the Empress again.
JohnKat stops digging, climbs out of the shallow grave and holds his shovel beside him, staring down at the line of his body. A light shower of rain flattens up his head, making his big, stiff sides of his face.
It was 3 years before I found the killing grounds here, stinking with mounds of old skeletons and rotting corpses. The fresher ones were hung by Terezi's rope. I know her noose as well. I took it upon myself to give them all a proper graveyard. Thressecutioners are present at the time of the legislacerator's judgment. They take ceremonial sickles, specially colored with traditional stripes, and cut the noose once the accused is dead. It turns out we both reached our childhood dreams, just in opposite directions.
This is a really depressing portion of it, and I don't know how much. And I've never played Chapter 3, so I don't know how depressing that will be.
She's up there as Chief Legislacerator, and I'm down here, cleaning up the remainders of her judgment. I haven't forgotten what she's done to me, and I'm keeping myself alive on the chance I find the opportunity to remind her. If it means dodging 1,000 sweeps, I will find her again.
Let's just say I love this music. I'm just gonna randomly say stuff if you haven't figured that out.
Turns out, you and I, John, we're not so different after all. We're both nobodies who had to grow into the role of being completely fucking useless.
At once, John wraps his arms around the hunter's ideal form so quickly that the hunter drops his shovel on John's cheeks. It's the only thing that differentiates the tears from the rain.
You're not useless.
JohnKat's entire body tenses in John's embrace. JohnKat isn't at ease as he focuses on John's shoulder, presses his forehead to John's chest. And that was it. That was the end of Chapter 2, finally. Alright, well that was great. Now we will be continuing with Chapter 3 of Featherbent in a couple of days. And for now, comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Who is the voice for Athena? Okay, I will see you next time, and I will be playing The Evil Within. Well, by now I probably would have. By the time this video goes up, I'll probably have played it, so. But, yeah. Be sure to check out my Evil Within video if it's up. for watching. See you next time.